Nonprofit Branding and New Donor Acquisition. Introduction. Brand is one of those odd words. We know it's something important, but the word is used in lots of different ways. For some, it's all about the logo, like the cattle brand in the Old West. That's the origin of the word brand. People also think of brand in terms of a design guide that includes things like logo, graphics, fonts, and a tagline. These are all important elements of a brand. They provide clear and concise visual and written cues as to how people remember your organization. For a product, these elements would be the key things on the outside packaging which help the customer locate and choose that product. While the packaging helps the customer make their choice, they aren't actually buying the package, they're buying what's inside. Our definition of a brand is adapted from famous marketer, author, and branding expert Seth Godin, but changed to fit the nonprofit world we live in. A nonprofit brand is the set of expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that taken together account for a consumer's decision to support one organization over another. The stronger your brand, the more likely you will gain support. Take a look at the logos of a few powerful nonprofit brands: the American Red Cross, UNICEF, Boys and Girls Clubs, Greenpeace, Planned Parenthood, the National Rifle Association. At least a few of these evokes a powerful response in your mind. That's the power of the brand. For these nonprofits, it's this power that sets the stage for moving people to action. So, what is the purpose of a nonprofit brand? Well, it's how people understand what your organization is all about. Your nonprofit brand is more than just skin deep. It's not defined by just what's been put down on paper or posted on your website. Your brand is defined by what's in people's minds when they think about you. Often, especially early on, someone's understanding of who you are and what you do may be very different than what you think or hope it actually is. Your brand is the sum of every communication released by your organization and every interaction your staff has with the community. It is developed over time, so the question isn't whether or not you should be building a brand, because you already are. The key question is, what kind of brand are you building, and will it elevate your organization? A strong nonprofit brand answers 5 key questions in a prospect's mind. 1. Is this interesting to me? Is your mission something they care about? A strong brand should immediately make it clear to a visitor if they're going to be a good match or not. Even the best brands don't sell if people don't want what they're selling. If you don't like the taste of Coke, one of the great brands, you're never going to buy it. 2. Does the organization seem credible? A strong brand will help communicate that you're a real and functioning organization with actual programs, staff, and services. 3. Do they make the world a better place as I see it? This is all about showing that your organization is having a real impact. 4. How will they use my money? Americans are suspicious of how nonprofit organizations, even ones they support, budget their money. And 5, have they made a memorable impression? Nobody will support an organization whose name, details, or even its very existence is hard for them to remember. A strong brand needs to stay out in front and on top of their prospect's mind. Strong branding has clear benefits for nonprofit organizations. Research has shown clear links between branding and fundraising success. The branding impact on funding is especially powerful for individual donors. A strong brand will get more people to give and, on average, give more. Research has also linked strong branding to success with foundations and corporate giving. The power of a strong brand doesn't just stop with fundraising. It also leads to increased media attention, higher program participation, and the energized recruitment of activists and volunteers. A nonprofit brand at its core is a decision-making shortcut. Because people are busy and flooded with appeals, they need to be able to make quick decisions about who to listen to and support. A strong brand helps them make that decision quicker and easier. Sometimes before even reading the appeal your staff spent so much time crafting. Without a solid brand in place, before you make your appeal to prospective donors, you're putting the cart before the horse. It's simply the wrong sequence. If you're making appeals with a weak or muddled brand, you are unlikely to cut through the prospect's information clutter to even get them to look at your request for support. A strong brand will help you get noticed and keep you from being easily ignored, especially by the people whose interests and concerns align with your organization. Now, here's the good news. When you first connect with new donor prospects around their interests, you will be starting with a fairly clean slate in terms of your brand. Because these new prospects are unlikely to know much, if anything, about your nonprofit, it makes brand building easier. But you have to be proactive about making sure you're building a strong brand. Even for the prospective donors who already know you by reputation, a proactive approach offers an opportunity to erase their older understanding of your organization and rebrand your nonprofit in their minds. In the Nonprofit Branding 101 class, you will learn how to effectively answer the 5 key questions in your prospect's mind so you can build a strong brand that they are excited to support.